or when you were giving orders to somebody else. This is why we need to reach out to the OGs across the land that has the attention of the YGs, because they gonna be the ones that begin to educate them on how we was deceived to fight each other. Once they understand what was being used to turn us against each other, we can then use that as a survival mechanism to not let it happen again. We need the first thing we need to be worried about is what is we doing to support and protect our family. And then whatever your natural attention is drawn to is what you need to focus on. You're gonna automatically know what to do when you trust in yourself without needing nobody to tell you. Just remember, we have a lot of wisdom teachings so that we know the one that's most competent at the time for the task required is the leader at that time. But the leadership will change according to the needs of the community. And we got to be all right with that.
Some yeah, bro, you heard about that guy, that 3-year-old baby that blew that guy head off, man. Yeah, said the guy was sleeping on the couch, I guess, and it was a youngster, YN guy, and I guess he had one of them 40s with the long clip on it. And the baby got up, go use the bathroom. I guess the guy rolled over, let his gun fall on the floor. The baby went in there and looked at it, picked it up, put it to the back of his head while he was asleep, twisted his cap back. So you think that baby was wrong? He was wrong. What you think about that, bro? That 3-year-old twisted.
First and foremost, your firearm should not be accessible to children.
Right.
That's irresponsible gun ownership. Mm-hmm. I advocate people being armed. I'm with that. Mm-hmm. But I don't advocate you being careless with your firearm.
Yeah.
Right. This is why I don't advocate innocent bystanders getting shot. Right. If you know who the target is, get the target. Yeah. If you can't get the target, don't be shooting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But in that situation, the baby shouldn't have access to the firearm. Now, the irony to that is the baby could have been possessed by an ancestor and was making a reckoning on something.
I swear that's exactly what I said to my girl, bro. That's exactly what I said. That baby was handling some business. That's what I said. That baby was handling some business. That dude had to go. He been bullying somebody. He did something. Well, that's a karma. That's the karmic debt for that.
See, you can teach children. You can teach children at an early age to be responsible with a firearm, but you first have to be responsible. Mm-hmm. You get that firearm get just as much respect as you get a police, because that firearm can save your life or take your life, no matter which end of the barrel you on. It can save your life or take your life. Right? So anything that have that much power need to be given the same amount of respect. That go back to how we deal with going to foreign neighborhoods and being able to go into the worst part of the community and the people not give us problems because you know how to respect the territory. Mm-hmm. You don't really stick out. Too respectful. Mm-hmm. It's the same with the firearm. You ain't got no respect for that firearm, it's gonna clap you one way or another. Mm-hmm. Whether it clap you into the grave or clap you into the penitentiary, it's gonna clap you.
Texas got hit pretty good with a flood not too recent. Somebody was just asking what that was tied in with the 1987. I think that's what they said. They rolling the comment, then they freezing it. I can't see. 97. I just seen it and it's rolled on. Okay, it says we got about 7 minutes. It says, are you try to be the last one? Are you talking about the incident that happened in Atlanta? It might have been Atlanta. murder. It might have been Atlanta where the 3-year-old I think the 3-year-old had got up in the middle of the night and the brother probably was high, some sleep. And then you know how you probably had your gun on you, and then you rolling up, turning on the couch, it slipped on the floor. The baby get up, coming in there looking around. He said, "Oh, I see the gun." He picks it up, puts it right to the back of his head, man, and twisted his cap back. That ain't no coincidence. That ain't no coincidence. Why would that baby, you know what I'm saying? Something took off the ancestors. That dude there was doing something he had no business, man. I'm telling you, man. We in this day and time.
Well, for the baby to get his hands on the gun, he was already doing something he had no business. He was being a bit disrespectful of the placement of the firearm.
Right. And
But I'm gonna tell you this. Look, in our family trees, everybody got some brown nose and cutthroat, sellout, crossout MFs in it. And sometimes if grandpa come back through one of these suckers and he recognize who he is, he gonna figure out a way to get him because he told him 3 lifetimes ago, if it take me to the end of the earth, I'm gonna get you.
Damn.
Grandpa could have came back and baby.
Yeah.
And so I told this son bitch I was gonna get him in one of these lifetimes, and this is the one.
Yeah.
And because I'm 3 years old right now, they don't know I'm fully loaded with this gangsterism.
Yeah.
I've been cutthroat for 22 lifetimes in a row. You think I'm gonna be cutthroat today? I know how to get around and skirt the law. 3 years old, you can't do nothing to me.
Yeah. He ain't
gonna do lock me up in preschool detention.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing to that dude, man.
Daycare prison. What you gonna do? There's no remedy for that.
They calling it not reckless. It's called it's the thing where you with a child where you ain't neglecting. That's what it's called. They call it neglecting, and so the child ain't gonna really do no time. And it come to find out the dude, the brother who got shot in the back of the head, he was over there visiting his friend's house, and so his friend brother or somebody shot him in the back of the head. He wasn't even supposed to be at their house. It wasn't even his house.
That's 2 strikes right there. Careless with the gun in somebody else's house.
Somebody else's house. Now, what if that kid would have went and shot somebody else that was in the house? So they started shooting him. And then
it is still tragic though. In the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's real. It's bad. It's real bad that a 3-year-old.
But we don't know what was driving that baby though.
My girl said that one of the grown-ups could have killed him and then put it on the baby. I said that might make that sound close too though. Like they say, oh yeah, well the baby killed him. The grown-up get up, smoke the guy, and then say, oh yeah, the baby did it. He 3 years old. What he gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
It's totally possible. I remember when I was in the county jail in Oakland County Jail. I think I extradited back to Michigan. I was watching the news and this dude was beating his girlfriend up, and her 6-year-old son picked the gun up off the end table. This happened in Detroit back in the 90s. And shot the dude and put him to rest about his mama.
Yeah.
All I can tell you, buddy, lucky it wasn't me. Hey, man, and then they was trying to determine to charge the boy or not. Right? And they was like, we can't charge you. Juvenile don't even start till you like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
In Michigan at the time, Nathan Abraham hadn't been railroaded yet. So, I mean, shorty, it's also self-defense when you defending your loved ones. So the police was in a very, very precarious position at that point.
Yeah, that happened again when a 14-year-old, his stepdad, they was in like a restaurant. He hauled off and baseball cocked that lady, man. I mean, he knocked her. He knocked her. He hit her hard, and he didn't even have to hit her like that. But as soon as he hit her, her
she was
son
the
came
police.
out. Huh? You saw that one?
Was she the police?
She said, "What now?"
Was he the police?
Nah, he wasn't the police. He was just her old man, and he hit that dude, mama. Man, he said, "You hit my mama again, I'm gonna kill you." Man, he cocked back, and that dude unloaded on him. Bow, bow, bow. I'm 14 years old. Our brother unloaded on him, man.
Now, the dude had ample warning not to hit his mama again.
Yeah.
This defense of others is part of self-defense. It's in the self-defense description.
Yeah, right in the restroom.
Even the police right to use the firearm is only supposed to be in self-defense and defense of others. But they use it for homicide as well, because they got people they got to get off the land, according to COINTELPRO, Rex 87, or whatever other document the government want to have in top secret status at the moment.
I'll do one on Abraham.
That little girl Aaliyah, when that police was was whooping her mama, and she got out the SUV and shot her and killed her. That was up here by me at Walmart.
What?
Yeah, she popped her. But here's the reason they couldn't charge the little girl, because I think she was 6. She could have been 8. I think she was 6. But she shot that police lady, and based on firearms training, the little girl followed the textbook MO of firearm training.
What?
Because first she told the lady to get off her mama. The thing that she probably didn't have the wherewithal to understand is that the lady was the police. We don't give a damn about that.
Yeah, right.
Get off my mama.
Yeah,
that happened. I think it was last year that happened in Walmart.
Wow.
Not too far from me.
Wow.
They gonna learn. They keep messing with people. They keep shooting babies. Because you gotta remember, they don't just shoot grown folks.
Nah.
What's the one boy in the park is 13 playing with a water gun?
Yeah.
That was obviously not dangerous because it was like bright green or something.
Yeah.
He knew that was a water gun.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, hey, some of it's about that life.
Yeah, the 6 years old, young guns. You got some young guns out here now, man.
But that go back to what I was telling you earlier about teaching your child a respect for the firearm. The little girl was obviously trained in shooting at an early age, so she had a healthy respect for the firearm.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, there's only so much you could do.
Yeah.
She only shot her once. One shot, one kill, called her for sniper.
Man, one shot, one kill for a 6-year-old.
And all I could tell her when I was 6 and you was been doing that to my mama, you lucky I wasn't behind the trigger because I'm emptying the gun.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm gonna go on and get you.
At 6 years old, I was aware enough of if you F with my mama, I will do whatever it takes to give you the business that you got coming. So I would have emptied. I wouldn't have just shot once. I would have kept on shooting. I'd have walked up to and shoot.
She got lucky.
Yeah, when I was 6 years old, I was a baby terror. But my brothers and my sisters and my mama, I don't care how big you is, I'm coming.
Yeah.
my brothers and sisters will tell you, if it ain't real, don't call him. Yeah. Don't call him, because when I'm called in for protection detail, I don't got no turn down for what switch. What that switch? Yeah. I don't need that switch. I'm coming in on 10 because they done exhausted 1 through 9 already. Yeah. Before they even call me, because they know I'm coming in on 10. Yeah. So look, before we call him, man, let's make sure we can't do nothing else about this situation.
Yeah.
Because they know I'm an extreme extremist. I like starting at the extreme and then taking extreme to the next extreme.
Yeah.
That's why they don't be calling me for stuff. They be like, I would have came and got you, but I don't know how you gonna act. act like I'm supposed to act. Now I'm more strategic in my thinking, so
Yeah.
I'm not as hot headed as I was in my teen years and
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
early
Just go right
20s.
into
Yeah, but back then
it.
on site, what you do to
Man,
my
look,
brother? What you say to my sister?
I done
You know,
started too much shit, man. I done got us too much. Like they say, hey, we pull up. They say, hey, which one is it? Point him out. Is that him right there? Now go knock. And then we go right up here and knock him out. Let's him point him out. Tell my little sister, which one of them is it? Man, I'm missing my little sister, bro. Oh, my mama. I'm telling you. Like I remember one time somebody.
look, me and my brothers be fighting all over the house.
I'm telling you.
We go outside, you better not mess with one of us.
I'm telling
That's my brother.
you. Yep.
What
Yep.
you think I'm supposed to do? Stand there and watch you beat my brother up? Is you crazy?
Yeah.
We gonna figure this out one way or another. I'm from the FAFO generation X. I mean, that's how we grew up. They push it to you, you push it back to them, but only you make them wish they would have never pushed it to you in the first place.
Yeah.
That's the only rule. If they started, finish it.
Yeah.
Just don't start none. And that's why I say you don't start none, won't be none. I'm easy
Yeah.
to get along with until it's not easy to get along with me no more. Then I'm the hardest person in the world to get along with.
Yeah.
I'm your best friend until you make me your enemy. Then I'm your worst enemy that you wish you would have kept as a friend.
Yeah. Hey, people didn't like fighting me back in the day because my big mama trained us on how to fight, right? And she used to say, "Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. If somebody try to hurt you, it's in your right to do whatever you got to do to hurt them." Hey, so picking up a brick, ain't no hey, we fighting, man. A brick,
Look,
whatever. Hey,
look, whatever it takes. I just got good enough with my hands where I ain't need to pick one up.
hey,
But
man, look,
believe me, my mama told me if they too big for you to fight them with your fist, you pick up something and bust them inside the head. I ain't got no problem with that. I am not to go alone to get along. Martin Luther King, we shall overcome generation. I'm from a whole nother cloth, from a whole nother time, and a whole nother generation.
yeah,
We did not come to play. We did not come to joke around, soft shoe. We came to tear this mug up if we don't get it right.
right.
And it just so happened that I put myself in the position to put me in the lead to tell y'all we ain't from Africa. We was already here and we back for everything they owe. And it just so happened they owe us everything because they came over here masquerading as us, but they ain't us. But they
Right.
want us to think that somebody else is behind the plot until I unfold the plan. Now
Yeah,
you
we
can see the casserole for exactly what it is. And I told you cooked it up when they was cooking it, but you didn't believe me till they pulled it out the oven, pulled the foil off. Now you know.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, Rod, you got them, Rod. I'm surprised they ain't really just. I know they mad, but I'm surprised they ain't trying to jack around with you because you got them. You got them so good they ain't gonna. All that they want to jack around with you. You got them so good, like you got them so good. It's like dang, like the gig is up type of thing.
Yeah, rip the curtain down. This is the sucker behind the curtain.
Yeah, you ripped them.
Mhm.
You got them Rod, on that black
It's
hand,
just
boy.
so happened it's a family, a couple of families of them that's all related. They all cousins, children of Enlil. Came to usurp the children of Inky and the children of Tahuti and the children of Ainana. And we decided to click up and send it to tail packing. Go back home and go grovel at your daddy's feet and beg him to give you another universe because you will not be in this one.
Right. Enlil had his own thing, man. I remember like Enlil, Enlil, man, like Tahuti was dope, man. That's my favorite guy, Tahuti. Like I remember, like I'm gonna tell you, man, like when Tahuti be doing like Murdoch, he be mean sometimes. Like when he working on something, he might not want you balling, but Tahuti, I'm gonna tell you how Tahuti is. If Tahuti working on something, I see him on the chalkboard putting a math problem together. He put it together, and then you come on with an try to ask him a question. He tell you get in, come on. He put you into it. Go, just get over there, start working that part. So I'm telling you what, I'm telling you, man. Look, I'm gonna write a whole book on. I'm gonna write a whole book on Tahuti and about my experiences with Tahuti. and about all the different stuff that I experienced. But I do remember that. I remember that one time where I came while he was working on some. He don't like you really balling him, but so what he'll do is he'll add you to the equation and like add you into it, whatever he doing. Like he'll put you to work. Tahuti will put you to work. Tahuti will put you to work, man.
That's because all things come together for the common good. So if you come in the middle of the mathematical discussion, you become a part of the equation. Therefore, you got to be incorporated in order to draw out the proper conclusion at the end of the math problem.
That's exactly what Tahuti would say. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Once you start adding your part, because when you coming up to ask them that question, you add to the equation automatically without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Tahuti will add you in. He'll go and say, instead of like Murdoch and say, man, stand back, watch back. Let me get this. Hold on, watch back. I got these suckers. Hold on, man. Murdoch on the slide, man. Look, Murdoch is a slider. He got many a hats. He knocking off whole planets, whole solar systems, nigga, whole galaxy. Murdoch knock off your whole galaxy. I'm telling you, man.
That's because he come from the warrior line, but he took up the sciences, the spirit science. So he take the spiritual war as if, let me roll my sleeves up and dig into this big piece of meat right here and see what I can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So Tahuti come from the scientist line.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to analyze everything, and he understanding that all things is part of the equation. So when you come in to interrupt, that must be an interjection into the equation that must be calculated if you want to come out with the correct answer at the end of the calculation.
That's how I know you was there, Rod, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what you saying is exactly what Tahuti said. Hey, look, listen to this. I remember one time we got to get ready to go. Hey, y'all, if y'all want to show Brother Rod Hayes some love, I got his cash app right here on the. Everybody send him. We got 1,200 people right now. Everybody send him $1, man, and I put him in the game. If you want, send him $5. Send $100 if you want to put him in the game. Yeah, but I will leave on this. I remember one time, it's like right before the pole shift happened, and we was all having a meeting, and then it was all of us standing, and Tahuti was standing right there, and then my mama walked by, and Tahuti said, and it's the first time we ever heard this. Tahuti used to always do. He always say stuff that you never heard, right? It's the first time we ever heard this, right? And everybody laughed when he said it, right? Because he was always funny, cracking jokes. Tahuti was like that. He said, "It must be jelly, because jam don't shake like that."
Watch out!
It must be jelly, because jam don't shake like that. And all of us, Murdoch, all of us, we bust out laughing. And he was talking about Nana, because she was like short, fine. Boy, I'm talking about thick, fine. Like one of them.
Well, it was Nana is a title that different females held over the millennium.
I know you talking about like
that's a title too.
Yeah, I know.
That's a title too.
My mother, not Mother Ninty, not Iki's sister. I'm talking about Osiris' wife.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's who he said about when she walked by. He said, "It must be jelly, because jam don't." That's the first time I ever heard that. I done heard recently in this life, but that's back then in that life. That's the first time we had ever heard that. I can tell you a whole bunch of stuff. The first time we ever heard it was what Tahuti said it. He like the jokes, like a lot of the jokes that's coming out. They derivatives of stuff that Tahuti said already. Like most of the jokes that people make now, like the good ones, it's Tahuti jokes. Just revived or respin. I'm telling you,
I'm down to 4%. Take us on home, man.
All right, Rod, want to get up out of here, Rod. We're gonna be back, man. I got that book coming out on Tahuti, y'all. My experiences with Tahuti. Hey, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. We want to thank Brother Chief Rod Hayes for coming out. Like I say, y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe button. One love, one peace, divine love throughout the boundless universe. Free Dr. Malachi Z. York. Larry Hoover, we're still working on him to get out right now. We going through that process. free Jeff Ford, free H. Rap Brown, free all of our political prisoners right now, right? We're asking for the ancestors
and bring
to work
Assata
with us.
home. We need a pardon
Man,
from the
they've been working
government.
with us, right?
Bring us. Look. I had told
Y'all forgetting about Dulcie.
we ain't got shit, Dawson sidetracked us now. Dawson gonna have to wait for a minute.
Okay.
So I told Big Mama when she called that Friday was really not a good day, but I was gonna do the best I could.
Yes.
Now see.
You know, she'd be excited to come on.
Why you had to tell that? You know I was gonna pull and tug and get you here. So that means
well, we do appreciate you for coming through on a Friday. Peace
that's
and love,
right.
everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I had some stuff to do today, and I didn't know if I was what time I was gonna make it in. So now I'm here. So
well, we see that you are looking sharp. We see that.
I'm just trying to fend off that spanking Dots was trying to get me.
When I come with the spanking, you listen. I'm telling you, it's 0-100. You have to be losing in this game.
Yeah, I heard the keys rattling before you got in the car. I was trying to stop you. Mama, don't get in the car yet. Hold on.
The longest she don't give you them whoopings I used to get with that switch.
Yeah, you don't know about no whooping. What you know about the stitching cord in the shower?
I know about all.
Oh Lord.
About that, I'm not
called abuse.
Hey, look, the word abuse.
Hey, the word in the kitchen.
The word abuse wasn't invented when I was growing up.
Facts.
Oh, I can still remember the chicken.
It just means you was bad. It means that you were doing something you had no business doing. My brothers got those kind of weapons because they didn't listen. They were hard-headed. And a hard head makes a soft what, Rod?
I don't know if it make it soft, but it sure make a sore ass.
Oh Lord! I never
got beat like that before. My mama just
that's abuse. Okay.
But
I'm telling y'all, I used to sing to my whelps. My used to be on my legs. I used to sing. I don't know why. She keep doing this. That which was the worst, the extension cord or the switch?
Extension cord. Well, it depends on what color the extension cord was. The brown ones, them little skinny brown motherfuckers. Woo!
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I never anything like that.
That big orange one hurt, but it ain't that skinny brown one. That one sting. Boy, that motherfucker feel like somebody hitting you with fire.
Well, we could all get our spankings at the same time, and my stupid behind be crying when it's time for
like
me
to
get
my
whooping. But when my sister get her whooping, I'll be backing up. I don't know how that happened until it's my turn to come back around again. Well, we used to get towed up with that switch and that extension cord.
You
Girly girl said green fresh switch.
Hey, this is what I'm saying.
This was gonna tell your age. Who got whoopings with that orange race car track?
Oh no!
No, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know
that was a bit much. Oh, did you ride? That's a bit much.
It ain't bad as the extension cord, but it used to leave a very unique pattern. So when we went to school, we knew who got whoopings with the orange. We knew all the kids be on the yard talking, let me see yours, let me see yours. Yo, he got whooping with the orange track. He got a whooping with the orange track. Look.
Yo, Desmond said 3 switches braided together. They had a weeping willow tree in the backyard. Yo, that's crazy. That's how some weeping willow trees give, right? Ooh, y'all was bad.
Here go one. Who remember has to go get their own switch, and if you bring back 17 minutes,
Lord,
you're not bring back no thick one.
Hey, that walk to go get that switch, I swear it felt like you was walking down death row.
Oh my God, go get your own switch.
What? You be crying and doing all that. You can't even get the cry out for remember those cries? Oh my God.
I'm glad those are the old ways. Okay, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to get beat. No goddamn switch.
I'm going to
a paddle.
Dean said the long walk, and the tree could be right here. But it seemed
It's a
like
long
it
walk.
took forever to get there. I'm
But
telling
wait,
you.
let's shout out our people in the chat. What's up, y'all?
Yes.
Dean in the building. Desmond, BCU gang. I see y'all.
Okay.
George, Angela. Hi, baby. Brenda J. Jaleel 999. George. Empress Me's in the building. Alexis is in the building. Josiah, a Mary Gal. Hey, beautiful. Who else? Untouchable. Sage Mo. G Mac. What's up? Badwag? I don't want to mispronounce your name. I don't know. Milestones. What's up, you guys? Sopdet Amintet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your engine number 9 was the first in the building. Lakeisha and Orfella and Willie's grandbaby. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to say hi.
Yes, we're
We
so
love you guys.
happy to be back. We've been on vacation and doing
T-Mac.
all kinds of
Bella
stuff.
Geechee in the building.
Yes.
Turtle Clan in the building. What's up, y'all? Girly in the building. Hey, y'all. All right.
Okay. All right. Y'all know we love y'all. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna get started talking about those.
We can't get started until we let Dulcinea talk because I done already cut her off and then send Dot down a whole nother lane. Now we got to come back.
Dulcie,
I already spoke. It's cool.
Dulcie do. Okay, let's get started talking about the most incredible, famous man in the world. Drum roll. Carrot head. No, Trump. And his executive orders and what he done swooped up changed. So everybody on the panel happy with his changes?
They ain't done yet. Then can't nobody. They can be happy with what he done so far, but he ain't done.
He just getting started.
What you say, Nene?
He just getting started.
But are you?
Yeah, he dropped 68 of them in less than 30 days. He dropped 68 executive orders. But yeah, so far, so good.
He dropped like 50 on the first day, didn't he?
Right.
Many, many, man.
Many. Hey.
Y'all, I'm going to say the first thing that I was kind of. It's two things that I was. One, I was negative. I was upset with it. I tried to bring that up to you earlier, Rod, about how he let all them people out of jail and this wiped away their charges like that. And was saying that they was holding them hostage. How long was it actually? 3 years?
And was Sister Freedom. They was. I'm sorry. They shouldn't have been here before.
But wait a minute. Even if Trump, which I thought told him to do it, I thought Trump was a part of it.
You ain't never look at them videos I sent you.
I know, but I'm talking about prior to that. Okay, I'm talking about prior to that.
Okay. Wait, you talking about those people be tortured?
Okay. Let's dig into what we're looking at.
What we talk about?
But is that my boy, Ben Andre? I missed you. I missed you. Wait a minute. But they still was wrong. We're gonna not try to act like
No, stop. So Freedom. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet and let you explain it because
listen. On the lines of demarcation, on the longitude, latitude, DC is directly the opposite side of Hollywood. What that mean? That mean that they's giving us theater and stage shows on one side, and they're giving us political satire and philosophical bullshit on the other side.
Speak on it.
Nothing you see going on in DC should ever ruffle any of your feathers because it ain't got nothing to do with us.
Right.
What Trump is doing in DC right now have more to do with us than the whole 200 and however many years they've been calling this place America. What he's doing, he's the CEO, like them city managers that came in 2008 and started liquidating all of the city assets because the city was closing down. He's closing the corporation. They have to close the corporation, but they can't close it without knowing what they got. all of the executive orders, that's just news to give you something to talk about while they go in there and put together Doge and sick they watch Doge on somebody and watch him go find out all of the frauds that have been defrauding the people, using our money to manufacture inflation and overtaxing us in order to keep us impoverished as much as possible. So we can never really come together economically because they're always attacking us in one form or another. Ain't none of these people supposed to be here. The judges don't belong here, they belong to England. The lawyers belong to England. They are all barristers. Mm-hmm. The Office of Land Grants and Land Patents, that's the landlords of England. They don't belong over here. We've been normalized into the Europeans' royal pattern of governance. Mm-hmm. Over there, the caste system wasn't skin color. It was economics. Over here, the caste system is skin color, which affects the economics. We not falling for none of that no more. Because all of it, what we seeing, Trump dismantling the corporation like he supposed to. Tear it down. They got to go. The United States is a corporation. It's not our government. It's an interim government, a police state instituted in an interim, what they call occupation, while both sides of the war try to settle the conflict.
Well, okay, so if you see something wrong, right, and you know that it's wrong, and you want to get in touch with Trump, right, or in touch with Congress to try to change some situations that just don't make no sense, how would you go about doing it?
Anything that I would try to change it as close to the grassroots level as possible. DC, when you get to DC, you fall into a cesspit of lobbying, backbiting, underhand payments, backdoor deals. There's nothing over there that's going to change nothing for us on our day-to-day life. Well, they're not going to
be big. Like,
can I chime in real quick for a second and touch on that?
Go ahead.
Especially being from DC, because right now what's been going on is that like our mayor, she's under investigation. The entire city council was under investigation. And that's why they're trying to step in and abolish the Home Rule Act, because, you know, Home Rule gives DC the full-fledged permission to pretty much run the city. But now they're trying to go into a process of, you know, taking it back over and it being federally run. I think the last time that happened was in like 95 or something, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, all of these allegations are coming out around people who are supposed to be in these agencies and supposed to be doing work. For example, they have something called violent interrupters, these types of things that try to stop crime in our city. But instead, it's people taking kickbacks and money, instead of actually doing what they're supposed to do in terms of making sure that they stop, you know, or help stop crime or help stop these kids from killing each other. But that's not what's been going on. So it's like when you have a corrupt situation going on, I mean, I don't know what else that they're supposed to do other than to step in the way that they are trying to right now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's how I see it. Like, I mean, living here and seeing it, like, it's a whole different ball game when you're right here in the middle of all of it. So I just kind of wanted to kick, you know, kind of.
And it's not even DC no more. It's the military. It's the what is it called? The military something, Washington military something. It's not DC no more though.
Well, okay, the issue I was talking about, well, you know, I work with a lot of elderly people, you know, sick people. And what I cannot understand is young people are allowed to get Medicaid. You know what I mean? That's not working or what have you, or even that is working, that pays completely. They don't have no bill. It's zero. You know what I'm saying? That medical medicines, whatever they need, going to any type of doctors, taking care of it. But the elderly have Medicare, right? Medicare only pays for like part. It never hardly pays for the whole situation with the elderly.
Part A and Part B, yeah.
understand why it's backwards, where the elderly people who are on fixed incomes, you know what I'm saying, has Medicare and they can barely pay their bills with their fixed income. And you got them on Medicare, which have to pay co-pays. And sometimes it don't pay for their insulin. Sometimes it doesn't pay for everything that an elderly person needs. And most of them have fathers that have fought in wars and all kinds of it. And I think it's backwards. You would think that the elderly people would get the Medicaid where their things are paid up because they can't afford to pay it. They got high co-pays and all this here. It's backwards. And I've been trying to figure out.
A lot of elderly people get SSI and stuff too, Sister
That's
Freedom.
what I'm saying.
People still get retirement, a lot of different things. And I think that does go into play when they're trying to figure out how much you pay for a copay or whatever the case may be. But I'm not saying it's fair, but I'm just saying usually that's kind of what it is because they're getting a cute coin now.
No, it's no.
Only the ones
working with the elderly. I see.
Yeah, only the elderly that have a retirement package. They have their retirement insurance intact.
Right.
But that's why this is being exposed the way it is right now, Sister Freedom, because of the fact that Social Security is supposed to work like that, like Sharice is saying, but they've been dipping and dabbling in that Social Security. They've been doing that since FDR, of being like, hey, you're doing this so when you retire you'll be set because we're putting this money in the side for you. But they're using the money like what Elon is exposing. They've been taking this money. They have people that are 300 years old that are getting checks out of nowhere. Who are these 300-year-old Moses people that are getting Social Security checks? It's people, it's the government dipping into those funds, taking those money out, and that's why there's not money for actual people at the end of the day, because the government is being exposed for taking that Social Security.
Because
so they should just let us hold it ourselves if it's like that.
Everybody doesn't have, like, some people are even young, but they're disabled, like paralyzed, right? And they got them on a fixed income. If you're on a fixed income, most of the time you don't get Medicaid, you get Medicare. It kind of doesn't matter. From what I'm seeing, it doesn't matter all the time how old you are to get, when you are considered disabled or what have you. And that money, if you didn't put any money in, that you're going to get what they're going to give you. Some people only get $900 or $700 a month. That's not enough for them to take care of themselves.
But Congress has got millions from that fund, is the point.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do to start something to help the elderly people to be able to still keep their homes, because they're losing their houses. They're losing their things because they're on fixed incomes and they just can't afford nothing. It's really bad for the elderly, and that's what I'm trying to focus on now. And I was doing, what kind of ideas that anybody could give me on how to approach it, because this is nationwide. It ain't something that's just happening in Delaware. It's happening where elderly people are complaining about this nationwide, and it doesn't seem like nobody is listening to them. Even when Velda Potter was running for mayor here, she was complaining about how the elderly was being treated. And it's just a backward situation. And I'm trying to see what type of something I can start or go at it. They can't pay their bills. Even if they got $1,500 a month, if their mortgage is $900, their electric bill is $400 or $500. You know how it is in the wintertime. What do they have left? They can't pay co-pays. It's just a backward situation. So
it was designed to make elders spend their savings on medical support. That's why it's like that. The purpose of it and the intent behind it is that the elderly, by the time they pass, they should be broke. They shouldn't have any. They shouldn't have any. I ain't saying it's right. I'm telling you what it was designed for. And if you watch what's going on now, They ass has been audited. Right.
And not only that, they will take if they need to go in a nursing home. They will actually take their houses and put them in nursing homes, and just like they
That's
make them.
another. That's another sharecropping scheme. That's another sharecropping scheme.
Yeah. But that's where the community comes into play at, right? Like how you're thinking of troubleshooting ideas, right? That's where the nonprofits come in. That's where the grants come in. That's where those community types of organizations come in to act as an insulator. Because I think one thing we have to always remember is that we're operating within a system. And like Rod is saying, right? Like you have to think of it as what was the system designed to do, you know? And so when you come to grip, whether or not it's right, that's a moral question, right? We know it's not right, but that's what it is. So in terms of just a solution, it would come from the community. But I
Right.
wanted to get back to
I like that. I like that.
I wanted to get back to the executive orders and stuff, because I know Trump has been definitely on a roll with that, right? And he's been running sure he said
He's been running it up, man.
he's been rolling them motherfuckers. Yeah, okay. Your man's just been rolling them.
Then there's a reform for the elderly already. A lot of the things that people are asking for, they just haven't read these executive orders because Trump is working on it. But they've had the money tied up in all this corruption. So that's the point, Sister Freedom. I'm saying he's working on it, but they have to find out where these funds have been going to cut them in the works as you speak for exactly what you're talking about, Medicare for the elderly. So they will get vouchers and they will not have to come out of pocket for those things. Trump is working towards that.
So I wanted to just go because I'm not clear about all them damn executive orders your man's been rolling out, because it's been a lot, right? I don't know if you guys can see it because I'm sharing the screen, so I'm not looking at you. Wait, hold on. And what's up, y'all? Coming in the chat. Make sure I hit the like button, please. All right. So these are the 37 executive orders that he signed between January 20 and January 27th within the first week, right? And so, hold on. Can y'all see it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to okay. So, Rod, if you hear anything that you want me to stop on, let your girl know, or anybody on Cherise, Dulcie, anybody, Nisha, if y'all see anything y'all want me to just stop on, let me know. All right. But I'm looking at some of these executive orders, because oftentimes, like as I've been hearing it, it's been like a lot of fear mongering, like, oh my God, he's doing this, he's doing that. So I like to look at exactly what are some of these executive orders that he's been rolling out, like what is it for, right? So let's see, on January 20th, Unleashing American Energy, what it's about. This order encourages energy exploration and production on federal lands and waters. That's important. Okay. Including offshore, promoting critical minerals as well as fossil fuels. It lays out a policy to promote true consumer choice by removing regulations that favor electric vehicles, as well as safeguarding the freedom to choose among household appliances, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Because President Trump has long criticized efficiency requirements. So it reverses a number of Biden era environmental orders, because, Biden was really big on like the climate change and all of that kind of thing. So it reverses a number of Biden era environmental orders and calls for a freeze on the disbursement of some congressionally allocated funds while the administration reviews whether they're compatible with the new policy direction, right? So that's dealing with American energy, okay? Another one, I'm going to skip that one because that one deals with energy again. So I'm going to skip that. Putting America first in international environmental agreements. In this order, as he did in his first administration, Trump is withdrawing the United States from the Paris Climate Accord and the Biden administration's U.S. International Climate Finance Plan. Rod, do you know anything about this, the Paris Climate Accord?
Not specifically, but you got to remember the first Paris Accord that established the United States, it didn't have nobody from over here on that signature that's organic to this land.
Mm-hmm.
We know it as a treaty of peace and friendship.
That's a fact.
But it was a ceasefire agreement between the French and the English to establish a working method for extracting our wealth. That's why they send more wealth overseas than they spend at home. That don't make sense to me. That's like living in your mama house using all their stuff up, but you send all of your money over to help all of your little girlfriends around town, and you won't spend none at home.
Right.
That's all they've been doing.
Y'all
better not do it. Was diabolical.
Like, now this one here, this last one. Sorry, Sharice. I'm sorry, baby.
No, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I was just saying $50 million in condoms or whatever they said was going out to Gaza was crazy.
Man, they was paying $2,000 a cup for a cup of coffee. I'm like, what? They got gold in that coffee?
Okay.
That coffee better make their ass smarter because what?
So now here's two that I want y'all, because this is I'm dealing with the DEI, and I know that there's a number of like boycotts going around that we are supposed to be boycotting, like, you know, not supporting Target, Walmart. On February 28th, no one is supposed to spend any kind of money whatsoever. You guys heard about that?
Yeah.
So
I haven't, but I don't have no faith in that stuff.
No.
So this one is reforming the federal hiring process and restoring merit to government service. This order is aimed at increasing the overall efficiency of selecting and recruiting government employees. Agencies are directed to enact a process that prioritizes candidates committed to government efficiency and the ideals of our American public without consideration of race, sex, or religion. Okay? And even though he had plan to overhaul the DEI, there was a federal judge that blocked it. So it's not out yet. You know, it's in court. What do you guys think of that? What do you think about his move to end hiring based on race, sex, or religion?
Wait a minute. Repeat that, Dots.
One of his executive orders, right? And this goes directly to this whole DEI, right? Department of is to increase diversity into federal positions, right? So one of his executive orders is aimed at increasing the efficiency of selecting and recruiting government employees. Agencies are directed to enact a process that prioritizes candidates committed to government efficiency and the ideals of our American public without consideration of race, sex, or religion. A federal hiring plan is due to agencies within 120 days. So no longer can, you know how before when you would apply for jobs or certain federal jobs, state jobs, and they would say, are you, they used to even ask, are you a minority? Or they'll ask like what your race is. This is saying that they should play no part of it. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I know that when the matriarchy come in, it's going to be the best person for the job that's applying for the job. It's not going to be based on what you look like.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Or what your sex is, or what your, you know, if you have pronouns and
he done put a whole.
You stand executive order, it's only two genders.
Period.
That wouldn't have been signed. That was the first one that gave me the Holy Ghost. I couldn't wait for him to sign that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the executive order. I'm sorry, and then I'm done, y'all. I'm done after this. So, defending women from gender ideology extreme. This is one of the first ones he did on January 20th that you're talking about, Rod.
Go, Trump.
Defending women from gender ideology extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government. This order recognizes two sexes, male and female, and mandates that the federal government assert biological distinctions between men and women and refer to individuals by their quote-unquote sex instead of their gender identity. It further prohibits the use of federal funds to promote gender ideology because under Biden-Harris, we know that there were laws instated, there was money, so much money given, right?
Don't leave your boy Obama out.
And oh, you're right.
Yeah, he was a pink flag swinging mofo. That was in the military.
Right, but that opened the door for it.
Yeah, but that was so that they can put cross dressers on the front line so he can wear a skirt and a machine gun. I guess his balls needed some more air.
I didn't know they was actually so if you're a man and you wanted to be a woman in the service, you could put on a dress and all that.
At first you couldn't until they did that, until they passed that don't ask, don't tell. That's how you end up with a cross dress in general. I know you've seen the cross dress in general.
To me, that's the best executive order he did. Okay, come
Yeah,
now.
I'm not really mad at that because I know, like, even as just as a woman and seeing this evolution of people getting their bodies changed and changing their sex to another whatever, all of this rhetoric around, oh, men get periods and all of it is diabolical. Okay,
It's
so
crazy.
Them suckers was melting ice, putting ice up in they pink ice pops up in they. I don't know what these people call it. Now they got a period.
yeah,
I
it's
know I'm that
crazy.
old. God,
It's
today. I mean, are
crazy.
you serious?
And like even down to like women's sports and women's spaces, even the bathroom, all of those things, you know what I mean? Those things are sacred spaces. And when they
Disrespectful.
are being invaded, it is really a problem. So I am glad that he's shutting that down
Me
because
too.
I
Me
always
too.
bring it up all the time because I used to do professional cheer and dance, semi-pro, all of that. And even auditioning for those NBA and pro teams, it used to be hard just competing against the other girls, the other races of girls. And now we got a man that's coming in with his wig on and all. No, baby.
Yeah,
No,
that's
baby.
ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
but the only part I didn't like was he told them now because me and Dulcie was talking about this, and they can use X. Why X? When you know
Well,
the name.
no, not X is on their IDs, but they're actually getting their passports back, and passports are going to have their actual born gender. So they're getting their
What you say,
passports back
Dulcie?
in
Say
their
it again. The
uh
passport.
it,
What?
yeah, they were talking about X being on IDs, but they're actually getting their passports back. And it doesn't matter if they had a sex change or anything, they're getting their passports back and it's their original birth sex. So it doesn't
Wow.
there it's gonna say male if you were born male, it's gonna say W if you were born a woman. And you can't get that changed. So before they would let you go as far as to change your birth certificate. So no, you
yeah.
can't do those things anymore.
That is wow. They literally let them change their birth certificates.
Freedom, I thought you knew this. That's
No,
Well,
no,
they've been doing that.
I didn't know that about the birth
And
certificate.
that's why they going up. They're upset because they, now like even if when you go to jail, baby, no, you're not going to be able to change your stuff. I can't even believe that it was funding going to that.
Yes, they said that
Allowing people to
tax
do
money
that.
was going to them being able to do sex changes, and Trump said, "No, we're not doing that no more."
And they
The
sent
government,
them
look,
back
And
to the prison that they're supposed to be at.
right,
the,
'Cause
the
wait a
gov,
minute, they was going to the prisons getting the girls pregnant. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
look,
it got to be
the
stopped.
government shouldn't have to pay to support the pacifier to support your mental illness.
Yes.
Oh, go off, Ron Hayes.
Because all that shit is mental illness.
Mm.
Yep, and they're going back to researching and calling it a mental illness and everything. And I would say because if you actually go to the Federal Registrar where these executive orders actually are in full, there's nothing that really shuts down DEI the way they're saying it. They do that to kind of trigger you as far as to use that language like, oh, he's trying to shut down DEI. It's actually saying bringing back merit based professionalism and it based on your merit. So when you read it, that's what it's saying. Like it shouldn't be based on religion. It shouldn't be based on sex. It shouldn't be based on race. It should be based on your merit as far as for any position or anything.
Right.
So I like that one. But my favorite is actually ending radical indoctrination from K to 12. And I think that's like his best executive order so far when it comes to education.
You
And
mean they ain't gonna be able to let drag queens come in and influence the children to be drag queens?
exactly, that's one of them. But also, they're not going to be able to go about American history and make American history just be about white supremacy and all this other BS that they try to make American history about. And they're going to actually have to be truthful. What? Truthful about what actually went down in history. And that's all in the executive order.
Wow.
You know what's interesting is that they were down there at the Kennedy Center or somewhere around that area protesting because now he's the chair.
Before they emerge. That's all under COINTELPRO. Release them files. You want to release something? They released a lot of them under the Freedom of Information Act, but it's a lot of them that's heavily redacted, and there's a lot of them that they just haven't released them because nobody ain't told them to do it yet.
I don't think those records will ever be released, though.
They will. They have to. They have to.
You have faith in that?
They have to release them. They got, because all of this, everything that was part of this war effort. When we talk about, we've been at war for 500 years, and the war has evolved, but the people don't know they still in a state of war. So they going about their day-to-day business in the police state thinking this is normal. But that's because nobody don't know that before the 1800s, there wasn't no prisons over here. The first prison was built in Pennsylvania in like 1870 something.
They were like camps, right? Rod Hayes, like little.
No, the first prison, it was built by Quakers. And they originally created for the Quaker community, and then the government took it and ran with it. What they called in slavery was we was being confined to the family farm and nobody was allowed to leave. Then they took Big Mama name off the house and called it the Big House. Like we not gonna know that we needed to picket porches, wrap around picket porches for the babies. That's why they call us porch monkeys. All the babies we didn't have no cribs, no playpens, I mean. When they take them out the crib and they want to crawl around, they going to crawl around on the floor in the house. Or in the summertime, when everybody outside, they bring the babies outside and put them under the shade of the wraparound porch. Now they can crawl around all they want on the porch. They ain't going out in the yard. But we, by us being so far removed from what we used to do, we can't even see how what we used to do was weaponized against us and used as tools of oppression. Everything that we did was either monetized, villainized, or flat out made illegal.
I think he wants to release the files because I know, like, it's sad too because people not even talking about his assassination attempt anymore. And I think that I think him trying to release these files will also show, like, obviously some governments who play here with MLK, RFK, and JFK, but then maybe we can get the understanding that it was some governments who play and trying to take him out too. So I just think
history. Right now, it was the corporate government was fighting the republic government. That's what the deep state versus the people of the republic was about. They're going backwards. We came in, we started off tribal common law jurisdiction. Then we ended up under the 1776 order of the republic that overthrew the Continental Congress, and it overthrew the Iroquois Confederacy and the Cherokee Confederacies. So all of those was merged into the United States Corporation like we agreed to it, but they knew we didn't because they wrote about it. They waged war on us. They even got where the government was putting bounties on us, but we think they're talking about somebody other than us.
I just wanted to ask Sharice something. Sharice, was you trying to say that you think that he was